Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, that's Nick, we are I'm So Bad at Games, and today we're bad at news. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch releasing a Mario edition of the Switch, new game cabinets from Arcade1up, they finally released a new Call of Duty map, Indiana Jones game by your favorite developer, Otterbox is entering the gaming accessories market, and Sony has a massive game drop. Let's get into it.
Jeff, my dude, how happy are you that we get to talk about your favorite subject right now? I don't know what it is. I mean, we are 3-4 YouTube videos in, and he's managed to sneak a Switch. Every time we're talking about things to talk about gaming news, he just keeps sneaking in these Switches.
I scour the internet for Nintendo Switch articles every time I know that we're going to record one of this. Nick, I'm so excited about this, man. Nintendo Switch console based upon Mario. It's even got the little like yellow, like the little buttons that are on his is it overalls, right? Is that what Mario's wearing?
I think
is it just me? Okay. So anyways, it's red, it's blue. You get a case with it. It's got a really cool like docking station that's red. I'm really interested in this version of the Nintendo Switch, and the only thing that's holding me back is that there's rumors that there's a Nintendo Switch Pro coming out. Now, Nintendo has come out and said that they're not going to do a Pro edition, but there's a lot of rumors swirling. That's the only hesitation I have for pulling the trigger on getting this console, because it looks fantastic.
Well, we spoke about the Nintendo Switch Pro in the last couple of videos, right? Like, what is a Nintendo Switch Pro gonna even be? I think if you're gonna buy this, you're gonna buy it regardless if a Pro's coming out or not. This is for the type of person that wants to. It's a collector's edition, right? Like, you're not gonna get this. You're not gonna be super excited to get this, and in any other for any other reason. I feel like I think this is just a vanity Nintendo option to sell more units to people like Jeff, who purchase things from Nintendo just because it says Nintendo on them. It looks cool though. It does.
See, even a Nintendo hater such as yourself can acknowledge that it really does look cool. Does it have a release date on there?
So let's see what the article says here.
Yeah.
So this is a 35-year. So this is the 35-year edition. That's what they're celebrating? Okay, great. Nintendo character will be available to purchase beginning next month. So this is next month, February. Dude.
Fantastic.
That's actually pretty cool. $299. So at least they're not price gouging you, right? That's
like that.
That's an added benefit. And of course, the game comes after the new release of Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, which we just found out Mario 3D World is going to have 2-player co-op action.
What?
Now, is it I'm online co-op action, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's right up our alley. This is something that we already do on Twitch, right? Like, you and I are constantly looking for games that we can play online co-op. If you guys have suggestions for online co-op games, feel free to put that in the comments below. We're always looking for new games to play. So yeah, this is exciting. It's Super Mario 3D World. They're doing Bowser's Fury add-on with it. Lots of good news from Nintendo. I love what they're doing here with the Mario edition of the Switch. I'm in.
It looks good. I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't already have a Switch, I would buy this Switch. Like, I'm not too much of a hater. I'm just joking that, you know, we've talked about the Switch for 3-4 videos in a row now. But it looks great, and I think a lot of people would be happy to get this. And I might buy 3D World. Even though I've already beaten it. Fun fact, that's one of the first games my wife beat on the... What was the console it dropped on? Was it the Wii U? I forgot.
I want to say the Wii U, but I could be wrong. I think it was released in like 2013. Clearly, we don't know much about this game.
Yeah. Except, well, I mean, it's a platformer, right? They introduced the cat stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
But I'm curious, if you guys are going to purchase that, thinking about purchasing, let us know in the comments below. I know Jeff already mentioned that, but we're trying to beat the hell out of the YouTube algorithm, get our first 100 subscribers, and get our own custom YouTube URL. We're trying to get to the dream here. trying to get to the dream. Let's get to the next story, Jeff, which is
Arcade1up new cabinets. So they've got one of my all-time favorite arcade games. I downloaded this when it was available for the Xbox 360. Used to play it with my friends online. It's a great beat 'em up. The cabinet's going to have 4. Now, the original arcade cabinet for X-Men, you could originally get it with either 6 or 4. They're not offering a 6-player edition, but they are offering the 4-player edition. It looks fantastic to me. I love the graphics on it. This is a game. This is right up your alley, Nick, because you love beat 'em ups. So, is this something that you would be interested in purchasing?
Let's be honest. We talked a little bit about this off screen, right? And I know that sometimes we have the dynamic where I come in a little negative for no reason, and you're like super positive. We butt heads for a minute. I'm not going to be like that when it comes to this. I want to point out the one negative that I'll have behind these cabinets. If you guys have never seen these cabinets before, there's some of the stuff that you could purchase at places like Kohl's and Walmart. Some of them look a little cheap, right? Like I'm gonna bring up here Kohl's. You could buy a Miss Pac-Man one for $149, right? Which is not.
That's not the same thing.
Not breaking the bank. Arcade1up. No, it is. No, this is what they sell. It's from the same company.
Yeah, but that's the one that sits on the counter.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about like what I'm talking about, Jeff, is just how they are made, bud. Like as far as the quality of the wood and the machine.
The materials that they use to build it. I love how you started this section of. I'm not going to be negative about this.
Hear me out.
I mean, you immediately go into ripping the company for using subpar materials.
Hear me out.
All right.
I forgive these people, right? Because this is what they're doing. If they have to cut cost with their materials to produce with their because this is what they did, right? They entered the market. They're selling in these places. They're obviously selling a lot of units, but now they're adding upon them. They're adding to their library the games. They're bringing out X-Men multiplayer. Jeff brought it to my attention today. Wi-Fi capabilities. Jeff can have a cabinet in his house. I can have a cabinet in my house, and we can play co-op. That's awesome.
Now
worth the price tag. So I'm on board. But I think it's fair to say that it's a little short. Some of their cabinets have some shortcomings. All right.
Okay.
This one looks better though. The X-Men one looks better. So I'm hoping that it plays better. I'm hoping that it's also should be fair to say that the majority of the time that I've seen them was in public display areas like Walmart. So they probably beat the crap by kids. So I understand if I sound biased. I understand. I haven't seen one in a 30-year-old man's house who's taking care of it, making sweet baby faces to his Miss Pac-Man cabinet like Jeff does.
You're blaming these cabinets' condition on these poor innocent children who are just wanting to go in and play some games and have some fun.
Nah.
You really outdone yourself. But I think I just like the cabinet. I love how they put Nightcrawler on it twice. Nightcrawler is one of my all-time favorite X-Men characters, and I love how they've got him featured prominently on the front and then on the side. Very, very cool. And then they've also got some other cabinets coming out, man. So it looks like they are releasing. Let me see here. I'm trying to think of the name of the game. Help me out here, Nick. Dragon's Lair. There it is.
Lair, which is a scary ass game. If anybody's watching this video, not to cut you off, Jeff, even though I just did, and I apologize. If you're under the age of like 30, you probably are like, Dragon's Lair. What the hell is that? I implore you to go try this trash can of a game. It is. How hard was that game, Jeff? How hard was it?
Oh my God. I never got anywhere close to beating the game. I dumped so many quarters into that, and it was expensive too. You got to remember, like back in the day, I think that game was like running at maybe $1.50. It was somewhere between 50 cents and $1. But like most games that you'd go play at the arcade was 25 cents. This one was really expensive, and then basically would take your money in a minute or less. It was really cool because it had the cartoon animation. Yep. But the game was just, it was ruthless. There we go. Yeah, the video of it playing, like, it was like, what do you call that when it's like you had to hit the button to do the action?
This is probably the precursor of QuickTime events, I guess, that you would see in like modern day. Oh shit, modern day God of War. I wonder if I was just covering your face. Yeah, it was. Sorry, it's covering your face a little bit. Sorry, Jeff.
What?
Let me fix that.
All right.
But this is the gameplay right here, and if you messed up, like Jeff, if you messed up, you would lose $1.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So we got a little bit off topic here, but I think it's fair. It's a fair point to say I'm excited that they're trying these things, dude. Like I'm okay with the fact that they're they're branching out a little bit. They're going to be adding some newer games, but very excited about X-Men. If this is under $300, I'd buy this, hands down.
Yeah, I would if I had the space in my house. Right now, I don't have the space. But if you're someone who has like a man cave or an arcade room, something like that, this would be perfect.
Yeah, so good, dude. So good.
And one final point on the X-Men cabinet that I think we should point out. It's not just the X-Men game. It's also included 2 additional Marvel titles. So you've got Captain America and the Avengers, and the Avengers and Galactic Storm. And I do remember playing Captain America and the Avengers in the arcade. So that's cool. You're actually getting 3 games in the cabinet included.
We probably should have mentioned that off the bat, but you know we're terrible at this, so you guys are just going to excuse us and hit that like button. So thanks. Let's get to the next one, Jeff. There's so much gaming news today. We woke up, CES popped, and it started early this morning, right? CES, so tons of information. What's next on the list here? Now you don't play this game, and you're missing out. You're missing out entirely. But new Call of Duty Warzone map details, locations leak online. Call of Duty right now is in a state where we've been playing on the same map since launch, as far as Warzone's concerned. The meta is just DMR nastiness. So basically, it's a super overpowered game, overpowered gun. I'll try and explain it for people like you, Jeff, who don't really play the game. So the game, the game came out, right? Well, imagine this situation: the game came out, right? Everybody loved it. Modern Warfare, and then the free-to-play option was the Battle Royale. 150 people drop in. You can come in teams. The last people alive wins the game. It's great. They've introduced new guns. They've introduced new vehicles, skins, things like that. So they're constantly updating it. Well, they had a new game, Call of Duty Cold War, and when that game dropped, they integrated the weapons that was in that game into the other one. They merged them together. You know what happened then, Jeff?
No idea.
Chaos. We had overpowered weapons. Right now, the meta is to use a single shot gun called a DMR, right? And it is so overpowered, 3 shots to the body and you're just knocking people out. So people are a little salty. On top of that, there's an unfortunate glitch that people are cheating in the game where you can continuously stab yourself in the chest and stim. So imagine playing for an hour, and then at the end of the game, you're about to win. There's a guy super far off in the distance, cheating, not losing, in the storm. Is this helping you out at all? Are you getting a visual of the game? Because I know you don't play at all.
Yeah, no, I'm following. I'm familiar with the game. I mean, for the record, the reason I don't play the game is because I love the Call of Duty franchise. I used to spend a lot of time playing those games. They're addictive. They're fun. Love it. But I just don't have the time right now to really jump into that. And so I've been choosing to fill my time up playing other games. But I'm a big fan of the Call of Duty franchise, and everyone that I've talked to that's playing this, recent version of it loves it. So
it's a lot of fun, man. So which brings us to this story. Call of Duty, let me read this article to you. New Call of Duty Warzone map could well be on the way, according to multiple leaks. So it's fair to say that this is a leak. It's not confirmed, but GamesRadar.com is pretty good when they come to publishing their leaks. They're a little bit of rumors. Tidbits of information has been published by reputable Warzone Black Ops Cold War site, Modern Warzone, which reports that Call of Duty Warzone's map will be receiving several new points of interest at some point in the near future. So it looks like they're going to be bringing back Zoo, which was a old DLC map that they remastered for Black Ops, which is going to be pretty awesome. I'm just excited at the premise of a new map, dude. I've been playing the same map over and over and over. I know all the spots. Most people know, where to go, what to do. So it's good that we're getting a little variety.
Is it just one map or is it like a pack?
So it should be so Call of Duty's Warzone is a giant map that everybody jumps into, right? So
Okay.
What they're saying is that there's instances of, so like even the one map that we use right now, it's a combination. What they do is they cut up the pieces of that giant map and they use them in different places in the game, in regular multiplayer for different game modes, right? But the giant map is used and it's all connected in the Warzone. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you're playing a little 6-on-6 cyber attack or just like a standard deathmatch, they'd use a smaller portion of the map, and they usually have their own names, right? Like Zoo, for instance. Zoo is a portion of a map of an overall giant map that's going to be going towards the new giant. I'm just saying here that if you were the one waiting for the new map, like myself, you're extremely happy right now. What's the next story, Jeff? What are we getting into, dude?
I don't know. You have the list.
Okay. We're getting into Indiana Jones by your favorite developer. Where's Indiana Jones?
Probably at a university somewhere.
Before we even get into this amazing news, this just made my day. I have to be honest with you, made my day. We got a teaser trailer that we're going to show you guys. How do you feel about Indiana Jones as a whole, Jeff?
Love it. Love the franchise. Love the movies. A big fan. Haven't played any Indiana Jones games. I remember they had a Lego version, right? Was interested in it. Didn't get to play it. So, right. So this is definitely something that I'm interested in. I'm excited about. So
I've got
tell us about the game. Yeah. Let's hear.
I got a lot of questions. Well, before we talk about the game, I think it's important to talk about the developer. The developer is, to me, the biggest story here because it's Bethesda. Bethesda, guys, the same people, right? Bethesda's the same people who brought us. Look at these wonderful games. We're talking Skyrim. We're talking Fallout. How do you go into a game built by these people and it not be extremely open world? Mind you, we don't know anything about this game, obviously. It's just a teaser trailer. But is this going to be an open world game where we can... Is there going to be aliens? Like, I don't know what's going to happen here. Is there going to be a crystal skull? Is there going to be an insane amount of missions and like little quests and stuff that you can do?
What does the trailer reveal?
Well, nothing. Here's the trailer. It's like 30 seconds. It's vague.
Okay, so it's almost like the intro to the game.
Like little Bethesda. So they're going to Rome, right? I see Rome.
Lucasfilm. Yep, a conveniently placed logo on the camera.
So this is just nerd tingles.
What a tease!
Dude. Oh
what
my
a
god!
Tease!
I feel like I want to know more. Let's see what this says. Indiana Jones game made by Machine Games and executive produced by Todd Howard in development, according to a surprise teaser Bethesda Software tweeted Tuesday morning. The teaser is light on details such as the launch date or window or platforms. I think it's safe to say it's going to be on all major platforms, right? I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. But there's no mistaking that this is an Indiana Jones game. This year, Lucasfilm will celebrate the 40th anniversary of Raiders of the Lost Ark premiere, right? Great. A follow-up tweet from Bethesda said, Todd Howard, creative director of Bethesda Game Studios, would serve as executive producer for an untitled game. Obviously this one. This will feature an original story and isn't an adaptation of an earlier one. Let's pause right there, right? To me, that's exciting because that means that they're not going to rehash a storyline of a movie that we've already watched a million times, right? So yeah. It could be, and it also get this is an important part. It also means that they don't got to worry about canon that they don't like, right? So let's say it's a game that's in between one of the movies or before Crystal Skull, so we don't got to worry about aliens or his son with the greaser haircut who's angry at life for no reason, you know? Shia LaBeouf.
Tell us how you really feel about that movie.
I just Shia LaBeouf is like, I like Shia LaBeouf as an actor. And I know I'm saying his name wrong, but I'm gonna keep saying.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're saying his name properly, but
Shia LaBeouf. No,
just do it.
My point is, isn't that awesome though?
Yeah, that's really cool. That's exciting because you're not really sure where they're gonna go with it, but then you've got the element of curiosity and intrigue. So
I'm excited.
I don't think people would be nearly as excited if you were saying like, yeah, they're doing a Indiana Jones game based upon Crystal Skull movie.
And it's it's just 20 hours of nonstop horrible alien jokes. Let's see here. Despite the film's series popularity, Indiana Jones video games have been hard to come by. Outside of their Lego adaptations, which my buddy here, Jeff, just mentioned because he's a great video game player. Adaptations by Travel Tales. The most recent was 2009's Indiana Jones and the Staff Kings for the Wii and PlayStation 2 with versions for the DS and PlayStation Portable. Dude, I had no idea that this was a game. Let's see what we got here.
This was the PS3, Xbox 360 one that was scrapped.
Was it?
Yeah, so apparently they were going to make it, it was a fairly advanced stage in 2008, and LucasArts abruptly canceled the project for those consoles, so it never came out.
I wonder why. Oh yeah, because you can obviously see it's not finished. But you know what? Hey, I respect that. And luckily, LucasArts is always in the position where they have tons of money, so they could scrap all that work and still have their Star Wars money, no problem. On Monday, Lucasfilm announced that Lucasfilm Games label would now accompany all video game adaptations of Lucasfilm properties going forward. This would seem to be the first game going out with that branding, so they're going to be making different games. Interesting. So, I mean, it's safe to say, dude, that we're both very excited about this. It's unfortunate that we have no idea when it's going to land, right? We don't know if it's going to be a year, if it's going to be 2 years. I don't mind waiting myself. I could.
An element of surprise.
Yeah. This next thing you brought to me this morning too, which was going to be a slight dig on me. We're not going to get into it. I'm excited, nonetheless, at this Otterbox Case. So Otterbox is entering the arena of Otterbox Gaming. That's hilarious. They're making controllers
accessories.
Now. Gaming accessories.
Yeah.
I don't know what this video is about. Let's see here. A little minute video. Let's get it in. The future of mobile gaming is in your hands. Well, obviously, it's in your hands. That's a redundant statement.
The big brains on Otterbox.
So it's just this shell. I like that.
They got a few cool accessories. I don't know what the video is going to show, but I did read the article. This carrying case is cool. Watch what you can do at the top of the carrying case with your mobile device.
I like the shell thing too. That's cool. It's for all you angry kids who throw your controllers against the wall. This one's for you. You can save mommy and daddy $50. That's pretty cool. If I was into mobile games.
I found it really hard to get into the mobile game market. And I think it's just because I grew up playing consoles with a controller and doing all that. So the video didn't touch on it, but if you scroll down in the article, I think one of the cool things about the shell case was that you could put your phone on top of it. So almost it like acts as a stand, almost.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely went over that.
The video did? Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Go down. It showed the case being used as a stand? Like, it showed that, right? It showed the clip on the controller.
It showed this. It showed all of it.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. Keep going down. Yeah, and then scroll through those pictures. Right there. There we go.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It acts as a stand, so you can keep your controller in there, and then if you want it, like if you're sitting somewhere, like maybe you're at a table or you want to set it down, but you don't want to be holding the phone, or you don't want the phone attached to your controller, then you can put it on this little stand here, and it's conveniently the same carrying case that you use for your controller. I thought that was really cool, and it looks small enough to where you could carry it around in a backpack or something like that. Great idea.
It's only $29 too, which for Otterbox stuff, if anybody's ever had an Otterbox, you know that they can get kind of pricey. Looks like they're trying to keep things relatively inexpensive, I guess. Like,
and they didn't show that in the video, right? They didn't show that part where it's on the top.
They didn't. I was misunderstanding you. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so this is $44.95 for $30. I thought that was cool. That's a little steep for me. $44.95, the price of another controller just to carry your controller in a case. I don't know about that, but at the end of the day, this is for the type of people that want that premium protection on their devices. So I get it. I think the bigger selling point for them is going to be these shells. These shells look great, and then for the ability for the thing to clap on top of it too is pretty cool. So you can kind of just play it. You can play. Do I have this thing here? You could just have it here, right? And then the screen's going to go over natively, so you could be looking at your and then your thumbs would be under. I would be okay with that. I would play with that.
I mean, especially if you have younger kids, right, that are dropping controllers. You know, maybe they're just not as careful as you'd like them to be with controllers, or maybe you have a young kid who has a little bit of a temper and they like to throw their controllers. This might be a good option for people just trying to protect their different gaming devices.
If little Clarence is throwing his damn controller against the wall, like if you as a parent buys him a new one, you're an idiot. I know a guy, true story. I know a guy who would go through, as a child, would go through so many controllers he would throw them at the wall. I couldn't understand it. The kid couldn't play video games sometimes for like a week till his mom went and got him a new one, which she did all the time. But whatever. I digress.
Parenting lessons from Nick 101.
Don't do it. I'm just saying. There's no point. There's not too much into that story. I just thought you guys might want to see that. I think it's cool. I use a shell on one of my PlayStation controllers, so it helps me with my sweaty hands.
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, they're so nasty.
This was awesome. We're gonna end it with the final story today, which to me is the biggest of the day. In a proper system, if I was to just speak out loud freely, Sony drops release dates. Excuse me?
Fanboy
says that Nintendo. Listen, you and Mario need to get over to the corner. All right.
I want you to just not hold back. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to let the entire world know how excited you really are. Don't downplay it. How excited are you about this news release that Sony is top tier PlayStation 5 games have been announced? Let me hear it.
Okay, Jeff, so I'm very excited. And I just want the whole world to know. I'm actually really excited, dude. Like, this is cool. I'm going to read off the list real quick. A couple of these are obviously sequels. List includes games that have been long awaited, as well as games that are not particularly noteworthy. If someone stood in front of you and rattled off the following list, which of these games would you recognize? Let's see here. So for me, off the bat, I recognize Horizon, right? Horizon, which I believe is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a amazing game. Amazing game. Hitman 3, played every Hitman in existence. Love that. Ghostwire Tokyo, I believe, is another one, and then the rest I don't know too much. So let's kind of go through them. For me, the biggest thing here, I was hoping that they were going to drop. Excuse me. I was hoping they were going to drop, Jeff, God of War. I'll be honest with you. I really thought that was going to happen, but yeah, let's check this out. Horizon Forbidden West to deliver on the series' most teased boss fights. Oh my, do we have a video? Jeff, this game is probably the most, or at least the first one, on the PlayStation 4, mind you. For me, one of the most visually stunning games I've ever seen in my life, right? I don't want to get too much into it other than you have your protagonist. She is an outcast, right? She's an outcast of a tribe. So at first you think that this is maybe in the past of some kind, right? They're in the wilderness. No. You get into the storyline, you realize like this is post-world domination from a insane AI where these machines just go apeshit and try to kill everybody and everything. And she has this great backstory, has to do with like I don't want to get into it. I don't want to do spoilers. If you haven't played Horizon Dawn, you need to play that game. I don't care.
Thanks for spoiling it for me. I haven't played it yet.
What are you talking about? That's literally I didn't spoil a thing.
Now you just see. Now I wanted to go in blind. I was looking forward to playing the game. I was going to go out and buy a PlayStation 4. You know, you pumped me up to you know, talking about how great the game was. But what's the point now? Now I might as well skip it. You told me the whole backstory.
I didn't though. I didn't tell you anything about the backstory. I told you what you could read on the box. So shut it. Then we got Hitman 3. Hitman 3, guys. Look at this. I mean, what's to know about Hitman? Agent 47 goes out and he kills nerds who deserve it. Like this game's gonna be amazing. What do you feel about Hitman series?
Never played them. Have no experience with it. The look on your face right now, that's golden. Even just the utter shock and dismay. I've never played a Hitman game, my friend.
Jeff, you gotta play these games, dude.
I'll throw another one at you.
What?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I've never played through the God of War series.
Yeah, you need This is why you're a Nintendo fan. I'm just saying. This is crazy. The game looks beautiful though, visually, right? Obviously, this isn't gameplay. This is just a trailer, but how beautiful does that look? Look at this man's. Look at this man's underneath his eye. You see the lines underneath his eye. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the way that looks is just
the level of detail is phenomenal.
Crazy. Man, oh man.
January 2021.
January 2021.
Wow. You better go out and buy yourself a PlayStation 5 immediately. You better get out of your house, get in your little Toyota Prius that you love to drive around, and you need to go straight to Walmart and get yourself a PlayStation 5. Right?
I don't have a Prius, Jeff.
What happened to your Prius?
I think anybody who knows us know that if one of us were to be driving a Prius, it wouldn't be me. Yeah. Right? Let's be fair here.
I don't want you to be ashamed that you had a Prius with a pink wrap with unicorns all over it. Okay, you don't need to hide or be ashamed about it. It's all right. I didn't know that you sold it, but the point that I'm trying to make here is, you don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, which I think a lot of people don't. And this is a huge game coming out, right? January 2021. Is this incentivizing you to go out and like try to find a PlayStation 5 immediately?
No, I got till 2021. I got a long time. I got a bunch of PC games to play. I'm gonna get a new video card personally before I get a PlayStation 5, but it is on the list. Jeff,
we're in 2021. You're like, I have till 2021. It's January 2021, my friend. The game is coming out this month. Hold the phone. It's coming out now.
What?
Come on, man. You're still living in 2020.
It was such a great year. I didn't want it to end. I guess you're right. Man, I do need to get me a PlayStation 5 then, I guess. Man.
Yeah, so you running out? Like, are you? Have you tried to find a PlayStation 5 like in the stores, or have you only been doing online shopping?
I've only been doing online shopping. I guess I need to get me a PS5, guys. This is a reason to get a PS5. Get a PS5 today. Today, get one.
Do it. Just do it!
All right. So, aside from me not knowing what year it is, time it is, or day it is, thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. We will put links to everything we're talking about there as well. Please follow us on Twitch. We stream every Monday and Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time is when we start. I'm Nick, and again, this is Jeff. We're Bad at Games. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye, guys.